U.S. border entry points in Mexico are now back to normal. Operators tried to make entry all at once on Sunday, causing disruptions at least three different.
We sort of the same people. Hey, you know what? Let's try to come together. Okay, and put our differences, which I believe China being ahead, but China may say we all be equals. But I don't know. But the thing is, the United States got some hard times coming, and with bricks, where the money is backed by gold, and the dollar bill is not backed by anything. The dollar bill is getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. Even if they, like I say, even if they go up on the debt ceiling, that's going to weaken. That's going to weaken the dollar. It's already weak. Okay, so those are my talking points that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to talk about it because you know what, how many people are looking in my audience. This is what you have requested that you want to see. You know what? This is what you have requested. And you know what? I'm doing the best of my ability to, you know what? Each channel, I had to find out about YouTube. Each channel has their own audience. And you know what? Every audience, they don't like the same thing. They don't. That's why you have so many channels on the television. That's why you have so many channels. And the thing is, may not have 100,000 likes or something like that. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn by looking at my channel, some statistics. What my channel likes. My channel is not your channel. You talk about UFOs. You talk about trains. That's okay. You got to learn what your audience, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to do some shows that I like. Okay, because that defeat my purpose. But the thing is, so that's what I would say to Democrats. Shame, shame, shame on you to take your ball and want to go home because you you want provisions. You want provisions, okay, in the documentation to be passed for the budget that refugees, okay, would get Medicare. Shame on you, okay. You want asylum seekers in Chicago, New York, and California to be able to use Medicare. Shame on you. Shame on you. Okay. And those with temporary status, okay, you want them to be able to get Medicare. Shame on you. You're wrong. You're wrong. Okay. And you want survivors of trafficking and domestic violence that came into the country and did not follow the protocol. What does protocol mean? Did not follow the proper steps to be able to get. You're wrong. You're wrong. You are wrong. But presently, for all those who got a misunderstanding about Medicare, they think immigrants are getting Medicare right now. From the research I have done, they're not getting Medicare right now. They are not getting Medicare. But the Democrats want them. And do they want them to get Medicare? They can get an allegiance, okay, for their own. Do they have their own motivations where they say, hey, we held out for them, and you know what? Since we're losing people in the Democratic Party, it would make more people susceptible to say, you know what? Hey, they did look out for us. We're going to go with the Democratic Party, you know. And that's just me, okay? That's just me. You know, I know if I was a refugee and they say, hey, man, they made it where I could have Medicare, I would say, you know what? Something new and the Democrats tried to help, you know what? I'm going to become a Democrat. And I believe that Jeffries and all these people, they're playing some type of game. They're playing a strategic game. And I believe that the Democrats are wrong. And you know what? I did some research on Chat GPT. Okay. Talking about this issue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this, and what happened is I'm going to I'm going to play that. Who knows? I might be able to play it now. I'm gonna, you know what? I don't. With these contractions, I don't know, but you know what? I'm gonna try. You know what? Because you know what? Nothing beats a failure but a try. Because I want you to hear what Chat GPT said about it. Okay, I want you to hear it. Okay, so right now. I gotta admit to you, I'm stumbling and I'm fumbling, and you know what? This is just a connection. This just came to me. I said, wait a minute, play it right now. I'm gonna play it right now if I can, because you know what thing is. Because I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this. And I'm trying to the best of my ability. Here it is. Okay. Hope it plays. Okay. This is what Chat GPT says about the government shutdown and the Democrats, okay, not wanting to sign the budget deal because they want immigrants to be able to get health care. But presently, regardless of what they say, they do not get Medicare right now.
Fact-checking organizations and nonpartisan policy analysts have overwhelmingly concluded that the Republican claim about Democrats demanding free health care for illegal aliens is false or highly misleading. Here is the breakdown of why the Democratic position is more factually accurate. Undocumented immigrants are ineligible for federal health care under long-standing federal law. Immigrants without legal status are ineligible to enroll in Medicare or Medicaid except for emergency care, which is mandated by law or to receive subsidies on the Affordable Care Act ACA marketplace. Democrats were not proposing to change this law. The actual dispute was over lawfully present immigrants. The main point of contention regarding immigrants was the Democratic push to reverse cuts made by the Republican-backed One Big Beautiful Bill OBBBA. This bill had stripped federal health coverage eligibility from large groups of lawfully present immigrants who had previously been eligible, such as refugees, asylees, those with temporary protected status TPS, survivors of trafficking and domestic violence. The main Democratic priority, Democrats' core demands were a two-part package that would primarily benefit U.S. citizens and lawfully present immigrants, reverse OBBBA cuts. This would restore Medicaid and Medicare eligibility for an estimated 1.4 million lawfully present immigrants and also restore federal funding for emergency care to hospitals. Conclusion, the Republican claim focused on a highly charged, incorrect assertion about undocumented immigrants to frame the shutdown debate around immigration. The Democratic position focused on protecting access to health coverage for lawfully present immigrants and millions of American citizens from expiring subsidies and prior legislative cuts.
So what it is they want individuals to to get Medicare that have not contributed. And I submit to you that it puts a drain on Medicare, and that will raise up the prices, and therefore that will cause more inflation, maybe even hyperinflation. And you know what? So I commend what U.S. President Donald Trump and the Republicans are doing, and I believe that they should stick by their guns. Okay, the Democrats are wrong, and you know what? They can't get their way. They're like babies. You know what? They said we'll take our ball and go home, and we'll make it seem like you did it. But I believe this is gonna be a boomerang effect. So, if you like this, hey, you know what? Give us a thumbs up. If you don't, that's fine too. Because you know what? There, but this the final thing I will say that Republicans won by not a mandate, no matter how they want to tribalize it, on the View television show that comes on ABC on Channel 7. Okay. in the United States, and pretty sure they come on the net. And what, and going back to, I'm gonna go to Jimmy Kimmel, him making the statement about Charlie Clerk. You know, I think that ABC put him back on the air for the right reasons. I did not agree with things that things that just Charlie Kirk said. But you know what? Thing is, I feel that he had the right. He had the right to say it. Okay, he had the right to say it. So Jimmy Kimmel Live, okay, was a television show that comes on in the United States, and this is what was going on in year 2025 for people that are looking at this in the future. This is what we was dealing with, and when you see this, I'm pretty sure that the the budget deficit will be resolved, and hopefully, when you see this, the immigration situation will be resolved. So I'm going to get off. And like I said, I want to thank you for the people that look. If you like this, go. And I do a show called The Underground Railroad. It comes on every Saturday night in Chicago at 10:30 p.m. But I will put the website link is where you can go to the website and watch it no matter where you are. And also you can see this show okay, on social media platforms and YouTube specifically, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And I thank you. And hey, I greet everybody in the words of Assalamu alaikum. And don't mean nothing bad by saying it. That means peace and blessings be upon